Hello everyone, welcome to the Distilling Insight YouTube channel. I just stumbled upon a particular Excel certification sample question, and the question is what you're seeing on the screen. In order to solve this question, they've asked us to do 4 different tasks and it's time bound. And one thing you need to prepare at the back of your mind is that such certification questions like this requires you to use all you know about Microsoft Excel in order to achieve your result as swift as possible. So now the first question, let's dive in, is the first task on the task list is to convert the cell from A1, which is here, to G10 into a table. Now there are two ways to this. If you don't know the shortcut, you come to Insert, you click on Table, then it populates this, and you click on OK. Please note that the first thing I did even before clicking on Insert was that the cell, I picked one of the cell in here. So I'm reverting this. The shortcut to get this done without you doing much is just to use Ctrl C. You can see that the same thing popped up. With this, you save a lot of time. Now that you've gotten the table, that's you've answered question 1. Basically, all the data on the spreadsheet, which is in form of simple rows and column, has been converted into a table. Now, the second task says that the second task on the list is to check if the total sales for all products exceeds $70,000 between 2017 and 2022. If the sales exceed the given number, the formula must return sales, great sales, and this and that. So now the task 2. Let's just label this task 2, right? Okay. So the task 2 now is for us to check if the total sum of sales exceeds 70,000 or not. So we are using if. Then we are also going to be in need of sum, because we are using a conditional statement if the sum of a particular details number. Now the range of cell that we are considering is from B2 to G2. That's what we are considering. That's what we are summing up. Now if it is greater than 70,000, that's what we have been advised, then it's going to be great needs, great sales. And if not, you can look at the logical statement. It's saying what's the logical test, what is it testing for, the value. Now if it is true, it will return if value if true. If it is false, is the next thing. So then needs improvement. So after ending that, then we need to close the bracket and click on enter. So with this, we've gotten the result for the first product. Now we need to do the same for every other one. So we've done that for every other one. I've gotten the result to be great sales. Now the third task in the project is to visualize the trend over the years by creating a spark line. So the third task, which should be task 3, task 3 says that we should do this by getting the trend line. So in order to get the trend line, all we need to do is pick up on the insert. Once you pick up on insert, you see the spark line that we have been requested. These are the spark lines. Now they want to monitor the trend, and as a result, the first thing is to highlight the trend you want to use and click on the line. When you click on the line, it has picked on the data range and is asking for the location range. So the location is here, and once you click on the box, it picks it up with an absolute reference. So when you click on OK, then you have that. Then you can now pick it down. So this is the spark line for each of the requests. The spark line. Now this spark line is now showing you the trend of sales in that order. The fourth is that apply markers to spark line created in task 3 above. So we want to apply marker. How do you apply marker? You need to be conscious of the fact that when I clicked on this, it's showing me one design, which is for the table 2. But when I click on this, it's showing me two design, which is one for the table and the second for the sparkline tool. So you come to the sparkline tool and you click on the marker color. From the marker color, you pick on the marker and select the color you want. And with this, you've actually gotten to the end of the question. This is just a sample question, though there are disclaimers on their site that these questions may not be the exact question, but it will give you the hints and a perception of the way questions, practical questions for certifications of Microsoft Excel, especially MO-200, looks like. So if you love this video or you've actually learned something new, I want you to please click the thumbs up button, subscribe, and have an expectation of what is coming ahead as we'll be dealing with more and more questions in the later part. Thank you and bye-bye.